Okay. Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to our free online lessons, and thank you everyone for joining me today. And for today's lessons, we're going to show you how to create a roundabout in Civil 3D. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Aunuk Mira. I am the application engineer at Tech System. So if you cannot see my screen or cannot hear me or you have questions, just let me know at the chat box below. Okay. Moment. I'm gonna right. So for today's lessons, this is the agenda for today's lessons. First, we will creating the alignment first from the object before we creating the roundabout. And then after that, we will create the roundabout using the roundabout command in Civil 3D. A moment. Hi, who are just coming in, thank you. And then we will going to set the roundabout properties. And lastly, we do the design check report in the Civil 3D. Okay, so let me just going to have a little bit intro on what is the roundabout in Civil 3D. So basically, when we're using or we're doing the roundabout in Civil 3D, we're just going to use the create roundabout command in the Civil 3D in your raw roadway model. And we will create roundabout from the alignments, lines, polylines, and you can also define the alignment from the incoming road into the roundabout. So basically, the alignment, you didn't need to intersect and the same alignment you can also create two approaches within the roundabout. So typically you will have a two or more alignment drawn representing the approach roads. And however, you may begin with just one alignment. If you desire just one approach road to connect to your roundabout. So basically, we're just going to use the alignment setting and creating the roundabout using the alignment. Other than that, you can also use a line and polyline to create your roundabout in Civil 3D. Okay, so let me go straight to our Civil 3D. Going to close on that one. Oh, before that, I'm just going to show you the output for today's lessons. So we're just going to create a similar and more or less like this kind of image or this kind of results. We will have this roundabout and then we have their own lane connected to the roundabout. Okay, so let me just bring you to my Civil 3D. Right, so hopefully you can see my screen right now. Okay, so here I already import my point and I already created the surfaces and I already draw the polyline for me to convert it to the alignment. So this is my alignment was supposed to be, and I'm just going to change this polyline to alignment. So I just click on this alignment drop down. So if you click on this alignment drop down, you will find this create alignment for object. So as I already drawn the line, so I'm just going to use this command to creating the alignment. So I click on create alignment from object. I'm going to select one of the line here and then click on enter keys in your keyboard. And then this one, you can see this is the arrow of the alignment. So which means this point will start from 0 station and this is going to be the last station of my alignment. Then just going to click enter. And first, I'm just going to rename this as a route A, just for my reference. And then down here, we have this alignment label set. Okay, alignment label set. So I'm just going to use measure only, measure and minor only. I'm just going to do a little bit editing for this level set. Okay, just going to change the increment here to 100 for the measure increment. And then for the minor station, I change this one to 50 meter. And then click on OK. Now I click on OK. So I have my alignment already been created for route A. So now I just repeat the same start for the other alignment that I'm going to create the junction here. Okay, go to alignment drop down, click on this create alignment object, and then I click on this line, click on enter keys, and then this is the arrow for my alignment. Enter again. I'm just going to change this alignment name to route B. And as you know, Civil 3D will save or remember the previous setting of your alignment. So just now, I already choose the measure and minor only, and I already set the increment for this level. So I didn't have to do it again. Okay, you can see it will save, or it will use the same level set as I set at the route A. All right, so I'm done with this setting for the alignment. Now I'm going to create the roundabout. So first, how to create the roundabout? You just go here at this create design column. You will find this intersection drop down. So roundabout will be under here. There are create roundabout command. Okay, just click on that one. And then first of all, it will pop up this roundabout detail box. Okay, from here, you can actually set the name, set the standard use for the roundabouts, set the diameter circle, and so on. So other than you set it here, you can also set it after you pick the junction for your roundabout. Okay, so you can either do now or you can do later on. Okay, either way. So now I'm just going to change the surface here to make it to save the existing surface. Okay, I'm just going to use this existing brown for my existing surface, and final surface, I'm just going to let it be undefined. And other than this setting, I can do it later on, including the name here. Okay, I just click on OK. Now when I click on OK, Civil 3D want me to select the location of the center for the roundabout. So where is the center of this roundabout? So I'm just going simply to click this intersection within these two alignment. So if let's say you didn't have these two alignment, you just want to create your roundabout using one alignment, you can just pick any point on your alignment. Okay, I'm just going to pick this intersection within this route A and route B alignment. And then once I select on that any point that I want to pick the center of the roundabout. So next one, Civil 3D want me to select the line that defines the new access route for this center line. Okay, which means the lane that connected to the roundabout. So you can either, for me, I can either pick any alignment here. So I'm just going to pick this one first for route A. Okay, once I click on that line, so it will pop up this new arm. Okay, this will be the junction, the lane that connected to the roundabout. In Civil 3D, we call it as arm. Okay, so this will be new arm box. So this one will be arm 1, route A. And the other setting here, you can either, as I said just now, you can either set the approaching now, set the departing now, or later after you set everything set everything in your roundabout. Okay, so maybe I set now for approaching, maybe I set to 3 lanes, and departing I set also to 3 lanes. And then the lane width for these two approaching and departing, you always can set here, or after you set after you finish setting all the junctions. Okay, so you just select here and change. Now to set the other alignment. So I can just select on arm 2, road A. Okay, I'm just going to change the lane here. Okay, and then this one for road B. Okay, just repeat the same step as I have 4 junction for my roundabout. So I have 4. I have to do it 4 times. Okay, and last one is here. This one 3, 3. Okay. So friendly reminder. So as you creating your roundabout, if you have 4 junction, you need to done it within one creation of the roundabout. As if you accidentally click on escape or you click on enter, so it will save the junction until what line that you pick. So for example, if just now I only selected these 3 alignment and then I click on enter, so I forget to select this alignment, so I cannot redo it. So I need to delete it and create a new roundabout. So you need to create a junction within one roundabout. Okay. And then once I've done selecting all the line for connecting to the roundabout, now I can click on keys, enter keys. And once I click on enter keys, it will process my entities. Okay, a moment. Sometimes it take more time to process it. Okay. All right. So now automatically you can see my junction or my roundabout are already be created. You can see if I click on escape, I can see already the corridor, the assembly are automatically being created in my junction here. So let's say you want to set the roundabout diameter, you want to set the lane width just now, you want to do editing for your roundabout, just simply click on the roundabout there. And then I'm going to do the roundabout property setting right now. So I just go here at this roundabout properties, and it will pop up like this kind of uh dialog box. Okay, let me close on that again. Just going to zoom in like that. Okay, so I just repeat the step, select the roundabout. So make sure you select the roundabout, not the corridor. Okay, and then select on this roundabout properties. So it will pop up this roundabout properties for roundabout 1. And then with it, I have this diagram. So let's say you didn't have this diagram, just simply click on this button. So this one will show the diagram or the preview what you do, what the editing that you do for your roundabout. Okay, so you can, I just going go slightly go through all of these features here we have in our roundabout setting. So first is the general setting. So general setting is the one that the first box that pop up when we select the intersections of the roundabout. When we want to create a roundabout just now, it will pop up the new roundabout setting. So this is the general setting, same as the first box that pop up. So here, you can change the name. You can also change the standard used for this roundabout. So I'm just going to show you what the standards in Civil 3D that being loaded. So just click on this box, tiny box with 3 dots, and then it will show me the roundabout standard explorer. So this one is from Civil 3D. So we have uh, many libraries here being loaded. Okay, we have US, we have UK. So let's say I'm going to use this British Junction Design Standard. I'm just going to use this one, normal roundabout dual carry H as intersection. Okay, I'm just going to use this one. Click on OK. So once I click on OK, it will pop up this confirm replacement standard for roundabout 1 because I choose the other standard that for my roundabout. So it will pop up this notice and just click OK. So now I'm going, so now the standard that I'm used is, hi, for just coming in, thank you, is the British standard. So other than that, we can also change the appearance of our roundabout. So currently Civil use these light colors for background. So if I click on this drop down, I have a few type of appearance that I can use. Or if you want to create a new style, you can always click on new style and then it will pop up this layering or line that you can edit it and set it. This one is same as you set a layer in AutoCAD. Okay, we have analysis, dimensions, everything are being created already. So you didn't have to create it again. Okay, so if you going to use the new one, okay, just click on OK, and then it will set your appearance to the new draw style that you created. As for surface, I already select just now is the existing ground, and then final surface because I already done the roundabout creation, so it will use this roundabout one top. Okay, automatically it will create the final surface for my roundabout. Okay, and then this box I will let it pick, which is the project plan into the final surface. So I just going to let it be on that one. And then this turn on option, either you use the standard arrows or you want to use this fish hook arrow, this kind of arrow. Okay, I'm just going to use the standard arrow. And then we have the preference. So this one just for what preference you want in your roundabout. You want it to be calculate elevations, align name. So this is just this set for the elevation and the alignment name for your arm. And then now we go to the roundel setting. So roundel setting is setting for your roundabout here, the center. So if I click on this expand button, I have dimensions, crown line, and lines and grid. So this is where you set your dimensions and so on. So I just go to dimension here, and then if I go to this setting, I just randomly select. So you can see in my diagram here, it will show me what the things that I'm going to set, I'm going to edit. So for example, if I click on this center island diameter, so it will show me the center, it will show me, or it will like highlighted here, what diameter that I changed. So this arrow, which means I'm going to change the diameter of this center at this island, okay, center island. So maybe I just change it to 18. Okay, this one I didn't have any specifications. Uh, just uh, just randomly design this roundabout. Okay, if I go to the apron width, this like a curve around your roundabout here. Okay, so I have this apron diameter. So this one automatically it will usually it will add up the island diameter and also the apron width. Okay, if you want to change it, so uh, you might need to calculate it first. Okay, and then I have this one is the inside lane offset. So it is 0 right now. So I'm going to be let it be as 0. And then I have the circular lane. Circular lane is this lane. Okay. Around your roundabout, you have how many lanes? So currently I have 2 lanes. So if you want to make it 3 or 4, so you just simply click this drop down and select it as choices here. Okay, we can add the circular lane maximum 4 lane here. Okay, so maybe I add 3 lane. Okay, and then next one you can set the lane width for each lane in your circulator. So I have 3 lanes. So I just going to add it on lane 1, lane 2, and lane 3. So I don't need to add it on lane 4 because it will not affect my roundabout at all. Okay. So maybe I change this to the first lane, okay, maybe to 9, okay, and then the second lane 9, then the third lane 8. I'm going to let it be as 8. All right, and then so this one just calculating. So this one, the circulator width is going to add up all the width for your lane. So I have 26 width for my circulator. Okay, this one just a curb. Okay, outside curb offset. Okay, you can see here, this is the outside curb. So if you want to add the width for your outside curb offset, you can just add it here. And then this is the increase width circle diameter, which is the overall diameter for your roundabout. Okay, so that is the setting for your roundabout, where you set the roundabout. You can explore it, you can change it, any setting that you want. Okay, and the next one is the crown line. So what is crown line? Crown line is just a setting for your offset, for your gradient, for your roundabout here. Okay, so currently I'm using this circulatory crown lines. Okay, and then the setting here is 99%, sorry, 66%. Okay, so you can either change it, or I'm going to use the default setting here. And last one for the roundel is the level and grade. Okay, so just going to show you the setting here, take the elevation form. So either you want to use the existing surface, or you can also define your own elevation for your roundabout here. Okay, so if you want to define your own elevation for your roundabout, you can just simply insert the value in here, elevation at the center. Okay, so I'm just going to use the existing surface. And down here, I have the gradient, or the slope percentage that you can set. Okay, you can see if I click on the apparent cross slope here, so it will show me this center, or the nearest slope to the center of the roundabout here. Okay, so it's 2. And then the apron is the second layer, or second lane, that are connected to the center of the roundabout. Okay, so this one, the third one, and then this one, the last crown. Okay, so you can change. Maybe I don't want this apron crown for the slope negative, so I just change it to a positive value. Okay, so you can just explore it here. And if I click on apply, so you can always click on apply to see the result in your um in your project, okay, in your drawing. So I just click on apply, wait for a few seconds, and then it will generate my roundabout at the rounder first, according to my setting at the rounder setting here. Okay, a moment, it's generating my roundabout. You can see, as you can see, it will automatically change the width of my lane, the diameter of my central here. So it will according to my setting in this roundabout. So I can just, if you want to change it again, just randomly, just go to the dimensions and then set it here. Click on apply to preview first. Then you can continue do the others setting. Okay, so here I have 4 arms, as I said just now. I have arm for route A, and also arm for route B. So I'm just going to show one of the setting here, because every arm here have a same setting. We have approach, entry, axis, splinter, outer, level and grade, splinter islands, crossing, crosswork, walk, rumble speed stripping, turn arrow, and lastly, we have analysis and slip lane. Okay, every arm setting here are the same. Okay, so I'm just going to show one of the setting. For example, for arm 1. Okay, first thing you can do is you can set the approach setting. So what is approach setting? Approach setting if I just select on this one, okay, approach setting is from your lane to the roundabout. Okay, from here, okay, the lane to the roundabout, not the entry, just approach the lane. So setting before you connect it for the corridor, the lane corridor to the roundabout, okay, at this point. All right, so here I have the design speed. So you can always set the design speed for your approach route. Okay, so let's say I design it as 50 design speed, and then I have this central gap width within, which is the center, the gap within the lane, entry lane and exit lane. And then I have this deviations offset, which is offset before your corridor, the lane corridor, the road to the roundabout. Okay, so right now the offset is 0.5, so you can change it maybe 1. So this the gap or the offset before your roundabout connected to your road is 1 meter. Okay, so we also have deflection here. Deflection is the width of your center here. Okay, you can see. And then I'm just going to let it be 0. Then we also have this art. Okay, it's like an island in your at your arm. Okay, so I don't want any island, so I just get I don't want any arm-based alignment curve part here. I don't want. I just let it be 0. And then here we have the approaching and the departing. If you remember just now, I already select the lane for the approaching and the departing. For my arm is 3 lane for each arm. So you can always, if you're not satisfied with the 3 lane, you want to make it 2 lane, you want to make it 4 lane, you can always set it again here at this approaching and departing for each arm. Okay, you can also set the width for your approaching and departing lane here. Okay, you can see I have the 3.5. The 3.5, if you remember, I didn't change it just now. I just let it be 3.5. So if you want to change, you can always change it here. Okay, for example, you want to change 3.7, so you can always do that, 3.7, right? And then I go here, next is the entry setting. So entry setting is this lane, the lane that nearest to the rounder just now. Okay, if I just select on that one, select on this one, you can see, okay, this is the lane. Just now approach is the lane before the entry lane. Okay, so it's same as approach road just now. The entry road are also the same. You can either change the number of lane here. Okay, I'm going to make it same as the approach road just now. The lane is 3, and then the width lane is 3.7. Okay, and then we have this length, flare, length, line. Okay, lane length. We have this the ratio. Okay, and then the flare width with lane width. The flare is the end of this edge, end of this entry road. Okay, and other than that, we can also add the curb for our entry road. Okay, so currently the setting are 0, so which means we didn't have any offset for the curb. So the curb will be the last line in your entry road here. So if you want your curb have offset, have a little bit space from your entry road to the curb, so you can always set it in here, the offset. Okay, and I have this curb taper offset, which is the length of the taper. So currently it's 5. So I'm just going to use the default setting here. Okay, and then I have these ratio calculations. Okay, I have this radius for the curve here. Okay, and also inner and outer radius. Okay, you can always change it here. Okay, all right. So that one for entry. So same as for exit road. So you will have the same setting. So what different is just it didn't have the flare lane. Okay, the difference between entry road and exit road, it didn't have the flare lane. Okay, so I'm just going to use the same setting for my lane for my entries for my exit lane. It's going to use the same setting as I used for entry just now. Okay, 3, and then this one will be 3.7. Then the other I didn't change. So that one for exit. And next one, I have this splitter ETW construction. So which means the like a gap or like a divider within the entry within the entry route and exit route. Okay. So splinter is this one, the center here. So if I just randomly go here at the calculation method, so I have few choices here. I have single art, line art, and also art tangent art. Okay, you can see this is setting for the calculation method. Okay, I'm just going to use the single art, and then I have this entry art target. So where is the target of this splinter? So it's going to be at the apron. Okay, if you want to make it central island, you can also do that. You can see you will change the target to the center of my roundabout. Okay, so next one I have this express as distance. So this is where I do the setting for the radius for my splinter here. So you can see if I have entry radius, I click on this one, it will show me this line. Okay, so this is the entry radius. So it will connect it with the entry route just now. Okay, it will affect your entry route. If you change here, so it will also affect your entry route design. Okay, so usually if you set your entry setting value here, blah blah blah, so automatically Civil 3D will set this radius for the splinter. Okay, so you can see I have radius is 49.95, and then the exit radius for this side is 99.9. So you can always change it if you don't want, so no problem. Now is the outer. So that one just now is the splinter, which is the inner side of your gap here of your um what you call this the island here. So for the outer ETW construction, so this one is for the outer side. So just now is this the splitter is the inner side of your island here. Okay, the outer side is this one. Okay, you can see if I go back to this splinter, I just go to the radius. You can see the radius are showing the connection within this entry lane and the island. Okay, so if I go to outer, I go to the radius here. Oh, sorry, where is it? This one. Okay, you can see the lane or the point here showing the outer side of my exit or my entry splinter. Oh, sorry, or my entry route. Okay, so as same as the splinter just now, the outer you can also change the radius and sometimes Civil 3D already calculated and it will show me the default setting for the entry radius, okay, the arm radius, okay, the exit. So everything here actually you can change if you're not satisfied with the setting here. All right. So that one is the outer ETW construction. So next one, I have this level and grade setting. So this one, the same as the rounder just now, I can set the existing surface for the elevation, okay? And I can also set the crown line setting for the transition mode. Okay, currently the transition mode is place transition at the splinter deviation point. Okay, so which means you can see I can set the ICD, I can also set the crown offset, everything here I can set for the crown lane. Alright. And next one, I have this splinter island. So obviously, I want the splinter island because just now I do the setting. So if you do the setting and then you go to splinter island, you didn't on this box. So which means your setting just now will not affect your roundabout. Okay. So if you want splinter in your roundabout, you need to click on this splinter island and then uh it will create the splinter according to your setting just now. Okay. And then this one I don't want to add, okay, which is the crossing for the people to cross along your splinter or along your roundabout here. Okay, I don't want a crosswalk. So you can just, if you want to add crosswalk, you always can add it by just click on this spot and then selecting the type of crossing that you want in your roundabout. Okay, I don't want it. I just click. I just uncheck on the box, and then I have this rumble strip and speed stripping. So what difference between rumble strip and the speed stripping? The rumble strip is like a warning you have in your road. So you have a warning signs that we have the what we call that, the traffic light up in front, roundabout. So that one is the rumble strip. For speed stripping uh, is designed for you to slow down your speed of your car. Okay, so I'm going to use rumble strip as this one for a roundabout. I'm just going to show this design for the strip just to warning the road user there is a roundabout up front of them. So I'm just going to on that one. Then the setting here, I'm just going to set it as default. So you can always set the offset of these intersections of these rumble strip. You can also set the spacing within the strip there. Okay. So everything here you can always set it. Okay, for the speed strip, I don't want it. And then I want to add the arrow for my roundabout here. You can see the arrow. So I just click on button here, and then as you can see, I can always set the gap from the arrow to the roundabout, the arrow from the arrow to the pedestrian, the crosswalk if you add crosswalk, okay, and everything. You can also set the length and the width of your arrow for the roundabout. Okay, and then I have analysis here. So usually I didn't change anything for the analysis here. Okay, and then I have this slip lane. Okay, slip lane is like you added one more lane that connected to the roundabout. You can see here, this is the example, the slip lane. Okay, so this is the main lane, and then you add one more road to the roundabout and then connect it to the other junctions. So that one is the slip lane. So if you want to add it, just simply click on this box and then it will add your slip lane there. Okay, so I don't want it. I just uncheck on the box, and then I'm just going to click on apply. Okay, to see the result there in my drawing. Okay, wait a few seconds. All right, so and then click on close. So you need to repeat the start just now for all to make it to make your road more nice to view. Okay, and then before that, I'm just going to show you the visibility of analysis. Okay, So what is visibility of analysis? It will show you the sight lines of your roundabout. So I just select all. And then corridor. So obviously you already create the corridor, so I didn't have to rebuild it. So, and then signage, you want to add signage here, the stop signage, the slow down signage, so everything will be set here. So I just select all. The road marking, if you want to add road marking, you select all. If you don't want, just clear all. Okay, and then I click on apply again because I just set for the visibility analysis just now. And then I click on close. So after you click on close, it will show you the result of your roundabout. Okay, so it might take some few time to generate it because the setting. Okay, so as you can see, I have the, you can see here, we have the like a car symbol there. Okay, then also have the junction there. So everything are being set according to your setting, according to your corridor, sorry, according to your roundabout property settings just now. Okay, right, if I just go to the object viewer, you can see I have this kind of views or the roundabout according to my setting just now. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Any question you want to ask me regarding the roundabout? You can always chat, you can ask in the chat box. Okay, all right, so question for Bishara. Okay, how if need to use the custom assembly? Okay, good questions. So if you want to use uh, uh, okay, for roundabout in Civil 3D, assembly that we use is a default assembly. So because it's generated automatically, so assembly that Civil 3D use is inside the two palettes here. So this one, this assembly that the assembly that automatically that been created by Civil 3D. If let's say you want to use your own assembly, you don't want to use the automatic assembly from Civil 3D. So you can always change it by you selecting the corridor. Okay, so let me select on the corridor here. So how do I know I selected the corridor of this roundabout? If I select on that one, I can see here it state corridor roundabout 1. So this one, which means I select the corridor. If I select on this one, it didn't show the corridor or it showed this roundabout. So which means I select the roundabout, not the corridor. Okay, so I just select on the roundabout. And then I go to this corridor properties, select on that one. And then you can always change the assembly here. You can see, okay. So, but you need to change it one by one. You need to create the round assembly first, and then you can always change it here. You can see one curb entry verge. So you can just click on that assembly, then you can choose here. So this one the automatic assembly because Civil 3D created the roundabout corridor assembly roundabout corridor automatically. So assembly that we use in the roundabout corridor are pre-do from the Civil 3D. So everything here are being automatically being created for the assembly. But if you want to use, you can always change the assembly here. Okay. Yeah, you can see it just bring you. So this one assembly that automatically being created. So if you remember just now, I didn't create any assembly. So everything are being created by the Civil 3D itself. Okay, so did I answer your question, Miss Bishara? Okay, so hopefully I answered your question. Okay, you're welcome. All right, so if there any question you want to ask me before we end our lesson today? So I believe there's no more question. So lastly, I just want to bring you to our ACAD system website. for you to know what product that we provided. And if you want to watch today's lesson again, you just can simply go to our YouTube channel. And then from here, you can go to this live live option, and then you can always rewatch our free online lesson from here. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Thank you everyone for joining me today, and then hopefully you get something for today's lessons. See you in our next free online lessons. Take care everyone. Bye bye. Okay, thank you to Mr. Ng. Bye bye.